Hello boys, Cool Yoshi here, and welcome back to my blind playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. As you can see from the intro, we've gained a ton of levels since we last played. We actually decided to go straight to as close to 99 as possible. Reason why I didn't go straight to level 99 is because the side quests are probably going to grant it to me. And I doubt there's actually anything other than the super boss that requires all 99, so now that we have finally achieved all 98, we can finally handle any monster in the game. So for the start of this video, we're gonna actually be going for these Go-Go's and a couple of other stuff. And yes, I am going to be using some different parties to try and do stuff. And yes, I am using a slightly different party because Melia can actually damage these guys without using some of their initial setup. So, yeah, that's one thing that I want to do. In particular, if she rises, we could potentially do another day's strategy. So, first off, we'll have to take out this protective take-on when we do our stuff, but beyond that, we're actually just gonna be going and doing some special changes. So, one thing that I will change is that I am no longer going to be using the EXP up gems on the characters whenever a boss battle triggers, because that would seem a little bit silly, but instead I'm going to use bike defense instead. So with that in mind, let's remove two of the weakest items and put on spike defense onto everyone, which is a 75% buff protection. I'm going to leave 2 EXP gems on and take Shulks off. Hopefully you'll be fine without it. Or actually, I could just do this instead and it would work as well. But yeah, as you can see, I farmed a lot of stuff and now I finally have enough EXP gems to actually afford to do EXP gems on everyone. So that's what I've come back with. So we're going to go ahead and try and get the rest of the experience by killing monsters in this area as well as doing a couple of other stuff. But anyways, as you already noticed, those guys have some really annoying damage stuff. So obviously we're going to remove one of the weaker resists. Paralyze resist we don't really need. And get spike defense instead on all 3 characters because we are taking on some enemies that will Ike damage, yes. So by doing this, we can pretty much sit through the entire thing and it's hardly not going to be effective. I'm still going to purge as much as I can, but beyond that, it's probably not required. And I learned something. Melia can actually seal the arts or remove the arts of an aura of a character immediately. She actually requires herself to be maxed out. And what I mean by maxed out, I mean like she actually needs to have enough power to do other stuff. In case you're wondering, yes, we're starting this first clear for the reasons of taking this one quest. We've been stuck on this stopover quest for a long time. Now it's about time we finally get it going. We are of course using Char in the party as per usual because Charlotte is very important. I'm gonna try and get another 4 times Buster. I really like doing that. Melia thankfully doesn't have to use the other thing, so that means she can use the lightning, which is good. Okay, here's a 4 times Buster. These things do a lot of damage, by the way. I mean, like, my Buster does. So one thing I've been trying to optimize better with the chain attack is chaining multiple kinds of the same attack together to get the 5 times damage on everything. Especially if that's done with chain attack damage bonus on everyone, that just causes the damage to skyrocket for the roof, which is pretty crazy. Okay. Now, I did do some healing with Shaw, and she definitely has some uses as their leader. Still not quite as good, though, as Shulk. I probably would have preferred to use her maybe in the early game, back when Shulk was still pretty underpowered as a character. No offense, by the way. Cool, only one character got dazed, so he will recover soon. I'm gonna shadow away and then do this so that I have extra arts on my physical. Fortunately, getting chain ranks is pretty much random, so it's really hard to do. I could use a different character. I'm just bringing in Melia because we haven't really used this particular comp in a while, and the last time we used it, we got wrecked, so now we actually have a way of getting stuff. Oh, that was good. I'm glad I killed that thing now because we got Toiko's Kineg from it. That is one of the items required to do one of our storyline parts in the later game. Now, in terms of killing these Gogols, it's actually slightly faster to kill them using the Melia-Riki combo, because whenever you use some of the special bonuses, you don't actually take damage from that. Which is really fun. That's an aura. Since the aura is also crazed, it actually can be removed by both Riki and him. Shara's almost all 99, by the way, which is good. This is probably the best crystal in the game, like, right here, because there's, like, up to 2 sets of it that can be farmed, and also, if you do the cheat, you can actually farm this even earlier in the game than you're intended to. That's why that was patched out. Okay, so we're about 50% of the way cleared. Now we have to kill this Errante Goliath, and then another Goliath that's in the strain, and then we'll finally have access to our stuff. So this is actually quite a bit of fights, just for one quest, I will say. Okay, so he does not have an aura, so he should be fine. Kind of interesting that the stronger character does not have an aura of spike damage. Okay, good. I unleashed that when there was a bonus active. Now we can take advantage of it. We have to use Headshot to keep the chain going. That's why, another reason why I had Headshot on Shara was just for this. I'm not sure why, but I'm pretty much know that if I was to do anything against this guy... Okay, that's gonna be some good dot damage. Doesn't seem like it would do much, but it's a good dot damage. Yeah, see, the flame's doing like about a good portion of his HP every turn. And here's his big attack. Oh, and there it is. My first character to hit max level. Level 95 on Charla. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna take Charla's experience thing off and replace it with something different. And as more characters get up to the max level, I will remove her level 6 one and just change it around for someone else's one. So what do we really need on her? Spike defense for sure we really need on pretty much everyone, which is why I already set this up. As for her, she probably needs either Ether Up or Devility or just defense against everything. So you know what, I'm actually going to give you, you actually already have a physical attack. I was going to use Visible Protect initially. I was like, never mind. I'm going to have her defend against, I don't know. It's hard to know what to do. Debuff Resist, actually, would be better. Because there's lots of debuffs that go out, and Charla, if she gets debuffed, could potentially be killed rather quickly. I don't like it. Because she's one of the later characters, but she's also really strong in the regard of having a bunch of stuff. And as you can see, every character has rank 5 or higher except for Fiora. So, anyways, we're going to give her the EX-A6 next because she's also the lowest level, so that means it should theoretically balance out. We'll also probably start putting her in the party more just so she can get more experience, because I feel like we get more experience with her like that. Anyways, we took out more than 50% of the enemies, and now it's finally time to take out the mob that was blocking us for a long time. Even if we had not taken the Go-Go's out of the way, we would have had to clear out the other stuff. And the reason why I killed the ball, though, is because obviously I need the experience, and also it's more important to actually kill them by just dealing with other stuff. Because, obviously, the unique monsters become way easier to handle if you clear the area around them first, which is what I've been trying to focus on doing. Oh, nice. So, he actually does not have an aura when he falls down. That's the thing that I was worried about with the second opponent. That he would have that. I'm gonna purposely use this. Yes. Right as I use my heal, too. Anytime we can get... Even if we aren't able to actually stop the special attack that appears, it's still nice to be able to at least attempt to use the thing. Because another effect of having a vision is it actually completely freezes the opponent from anywhere from 8 to 12 seconds. As a result, it becomes really difficult to do stuff. Ooh, we could do the daze strategy. Watch, right now it's going to actually do the kill. Like, right now it's probably going to do it. Yeah, see, it always does instant death when I don't need it to. I've been trying to figure out many ways to do instant death, but probably the best one I might actually do later, is put Shulk in the back, Melia in the front, and have the other characters do that. So yes, remember this place? Remember where we tried to go into this spot for so long, but weren't able to go into it because a very high level Gogol was patrolling the way? Well, we finally got to finish that quest off at long last. Good grief, because that was really brutal. Now, a small problem, I did try and look for the Trader key, and I was not able to find anything. So I guess the least thing I could do is, now I have a special key, I'm gonna actually just go straight into here instead. Because, remember that door that still requires a key? Well, I believe that's where we could probably open it now. That's why I'm going in here. And from the looks of it, we can actually go in here now. So, we open the door, and this is an energy warehouse with the emergency rations. So, this was actually not really as good of an area as I thought. I thought there was actually going to be a Giant's Key thing here or something, but I don't know. Also, I am still kind of stuck. The giant's key that's supposed to be in here is not here at all, and I do not like that. Okay. Well, I guess the first thing I will do now is just work on completing the quest as fast as possible, because there's nothing that's really stopping us from doing anything here. Oh, right, that's from Colony 6. There's lots of Colony 6 stuff going around. Oh, right, I still have that to do. I guess I'll do that now. Now, we could potentially do a couple of flea tricks with some monsters, but beyond that, it's not really good to do. I'm mostly just spinning around to avoid the Gogol, and that's about it. Okay. I think it's supposed to do spike damage, but because we have max spike damage on all of our characters, Wei is not actually doing anything, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so with that being in the way and all the other stuff being finished, we are now going to attempt to clear out this area. Because just like before, we have lots of enemies and stuff in the way of one of the spots, so... These are regular monsters, so they can be toppled. I'm gonna do a different strategy with clearing this out. I'm not sure if it'll actually work, but I'm gonna try it just for the fun of it. It's gonna be probably a little trick if it actually works, but it has a good chance of working since most of the monsters are grade, so it's mostly safe to do. Oh, we got a star on one of our things. So, in case you didn't know, that's where you actually get the level 10 arts from. It's actually a lot more tougher than I thought, so... Anyways, yeah, you literally just have to kill monsters in the world, and they drop your arts that let you actually upgrade arts beyond level 7. So we're gonna actually use that to our advantage right now and upgrade Silt Edge to the max. And we're gonna actually finish off some Monado arts as well. Monado should probably be powered up more just because it has better arts, but I don't really care because it's not been as useful as it could be. I don't care about getting ability points. I can win most of the game without max level abilities. The only time now the maximum arts would probably be useful is when I need them for the big boss, cause yeah. Cause obviously I'll want at least shield up to 10. Alright. Well, anyways, so here's my strategy idea. I'm gonna actually switch back to the Melia Ricky combo again. with the full combo as well. So Dunban's gonna be back in the party as well as Ricky. And you want it in this order because otherwise the combo never works. It's very important. So we're gonna attack this guy to trigger an encounter. And then we're gonna run over here to trigger this next part. Because running triggers this. So we're gonna bring those guys in and then kill them all at the same time using our buff. And then we're going to do this and just AoE and hope for the best. Tempest kick. Burninate. Of course, because they're gray, they actually already almost died. He may have dodged it, by the way. I can still kill him rather quickly. I just have to use lightning 3 times to finish him off. This is just... And that's the only reason I'm doing that is just to make sure everything else dies really quick. And we'll actually use it to do the... I'm gonna actually do the fight, by the way. I'm not going to just wait. Okay, that was good timing on that. Alright, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna switch back to Charla and Choke for the next encounter. But we might change the leads, I don't know. It depends on the way this goes. Seeing Choke as the leader is probably still going to be important, so I'm probably not going to change that. But I have had a strategy for quite a while that I've wanted to try with Charla, but it never seems to work. You know what? I'm just going to do it anyways. I don't care. Melly is a good reader as well. She can still do rather well. This is because I can set up my elementals a little bit better than Shulk. That's probably the best one to have with, there's the topple. So I actually have an idea on how we're going to take the guy out, but the actual strategy for it is going to be rather tough. Of course, we need to save our chain attack because bosses can only be chained attack during a big attack. And, okay, I'm being silly. I should just be doing this. I do want to try and build up her rank as well. Okay, so we're gonna lure this final guy over. Alright, let's see if this headshot strategy will work. There's a good chance it might actually be immune. If the words immune pop up after using headshot, that means it's immune to instant death. If it doesn't pop up, then we have a chance to potentially kill this boss instantly if the strategy works, but it's very rare that it actually works. Most bosses in most games are immune to instant death. But I will at least try and show this off, and at some point I will actually try and use it on a regular enemy starting from Fallout, just so I can show it, because this is a pretty cool strategy I had set up, but I actually couldn't really set it up really well. Melly is one of the only characters that can actually set it up, because she's one of the only characters that can inflict topple before going to a second character, which is kind of interesting. So being able to skip break is kind of nice as a result. Okay, we need to do this guy pretty quickly, so we're gonna do this, and we'll activate our buff. Okay, so here's the thing what we want to do, is you want to use this first to activate that, and then immediately chain. And then your chain will be Starlight Kick, Shaker Edge in this case, which will daze him, and then we have to use the headshot and try and go for the win. Remember, this only works on dazed enemies. Oh, see? Okay, so now I know not to do that again. So, you saw the immune there. That means he's completely immune to instant death, meaning he cannot be killed. That makes sense. I'm gonna move to the left. I don't want to get attacked here. For this one, we're probably gonna want to do both Earth and Bolt up before each individual attack comes, because if that happens, we'll be able to deal with stuff. Also, we can actually do this. It's been a while. We're gonna use Shulk to warn us, and we're gonna use the shield. And I remember that from the tutorial, that you could potentially be asked to use an item. And there we go. Just like that, that reduces the damage down to 2. It's very helpful. We don't have the Ether strategy for going through this, but that's probably better, because Melia could still be useful to trigger a physical attack as well, because she has probably far the best white skill in the game. Let's see, I'm not sure if our chain is close enough, so I'm gonna play it safe here. I probably don't actually need it, it's just safety. And there we go, we killed this guy and we got the white spider heart. It feels so nice to be able to kill these unique monsters a lot easier, especially considering the fact we actually know what to do this time. Like, I've started to understand how important it is to single out monsters, which helps out a lot. Okay, so anyways, that finishes that problem. There is still one problem that I've been worried about. I've been trying to craft a Poison Plus for Ricky, a 6-star Poison Plus, for the longest time, and I've not been able to get it. Oh! So maybe this quest was required after all, because we still have not found the truth of the giants yet at all. The door is open. I hope I was of some help. But I'm too afraid to go through it. Who knows what horrible things could be lurking for her. Let me think about this for a while. Interesting. An hour Zio. I thought about it. I decided that I want you to go in. Tell me what you find. Okay then. This is a pretty tiny room. Can't read what it says. Oh, we can't read it. Well, that's interesting. Ooh, what in the world? Hang on. There's a blue light coming from the ceiling for some strange reason. And other stuff. Okay. Welp, here we go.
What is it?
You're saying all you saw was a single stone talent? There must be something else of importance there. Anyways, I could take a look at what was written on the table. Let me see that rubbing you took. See, it's the path of absolution. The path walked when offering a sacrifice to the light satyrs. It's lined by the memorial tablets of those offered up as sacrifice. It's all written in this book. Of absolution and bring me back a tablet. It'll serve as the key that opens the next door. Oh, okay. I'm gonna actually do something different. I need to check Melia's skill links really quick. I want to link her with 2 of the characters that are not quite uprated yet, because of all the fighting we've done, that's caused our skill links to level up rather well. Melia is a lot stronger skill link this time. Actually, yeah, see, that's correct. Okay, so I'm gonna do actually Amelia, Charla, and Fiora in the party, and I'm gonna set it up like this because I think there's a higher chance of dealing damage that way. Ooh, interesting. It said bring me back a tablet. I completely forgot what to do, by the way. I thought it was something else. Wait, have I done it wrong? Has the quest been... Oh, wait. No, I must have changed... I probably changed it, right? Because... Okay, I'm gonna turn in all the other quests. So I tried to check for one of the item sets, and I just noticed that Colony 6 Hex will not actually give that item unless I trade. What a life. Okay. That nearly put Melia to level 99, which is really good. Fiora already has a 6-star gem, so that won't be helpful. This area has a lot more quests than I expected. Hey, I don't suppose you're going to Satchel Mars anytime soon. I heard there's some high Entia like me in Satchel Mars as well. I read a book that has a special meaning to high Entia. Heinous, the fog is dense and you can't go many crops, or it so says in my copy of the Average Adventure, that they won't have much to eat. Can you go help them? You could take them some food. Sentiments. What an admirable young man. In case you're wondering, that's one of the extra comments. So potentially, eventually, when you talk to some of the characters to start a quest, if you have a very special character in the party before the quest starts, which you saw just happen there, she will actually add an extra comment, which is really fun if you're playing a casual playthrough like I am, because it means you get to hear another thing. So in that case, since Melia was in the party, she commented on how nice he was and how noble he was as well. Okay, so for the second part of this, looks like we'll be going up to the glowing obelisk in part 2 of this area, because the glowing obelisk is really fun. Now, I did make use of Fiora very well, just because I thought out of all the moves, Dunban probably has the lamest of the moves. I guess the big difference is Dunban can do more damage, but then again, Fiora does almost just as much damage in Dunban. It's better. The reason why I said Fiora might be better for the Melia-Ricky combo, just because she has Ether Drain, so that means all of the Ether spells will do even more damage. So remember these go-go guys, you know, up in this rightward area, you could do other stuff? Well, it turns out, if I was around level 80, I could have actually come in here and farmed them. This is actually one of the better farming spots in the game, because as you see, there's plenty of go-gos to kill. They're all in big, massive packs, and there's lots of them to destroy at once, which is really fun. Which I think is really interesting. Of course, now it's so late in the game that they're all level 80. 80 or higher, and we're already max level, so they won't offer us anything unless we kill them for some items. Anyways, we're going to the Oath Sanctuary for this. Are these surprised? I'm extremely grateful. You can see we have little food. We are not used to living like this. It should go some way towards improving our lives a little. Thank you so much. We are in your debt. Here's a small token of our appreciation. Some more unique items from Fiora, and a level up on Shyla. I mean Melia. Melia has reached level 99. Did you know that? The tradition died out long ago, so it's already caught nods. A friend in the Ministry of the Records told me while we were out drinking. He has changed into a Telethia now, though. Anyways, regarding the ceremony, it requires 4 radiants scattered around the world. I believe them to be in places with links to my people. The ceremony was conducted at the Elbow of Adair. When it was over, they were granted something important. That is all I remember. Coming to this place reminded me of the ceremony, you see. I'll only tell you because I think you may be able to do it. Will you give it a try? I wonder what they were like. Tia, I'd certainly like to try and And in case you're wondering, yes, this guy is still surviving because he is not a pure-blood high Entia, so he's pretty much exactly like Melia in that regard as a result of it. I forgot, where's our blue icon at again? Oh wait, no, we lost our blue icon. Yeah, that's right. Now, we can't do Replica Monado 4 no matter what we do because we have other stuff. Okay, this time we actually have an idea of where to collect the Radiance from, which is a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to the Melia-Ricky comp for a little while. Not sure how long it'll be, but we'll see. Okay, I don't want to do much upgrades here. The only upgrade thing I want to change is removing Ricky's XP up for another weapon up. Because I was going to replace it with Chill L+, but I didn't have that. So, you know what? I'm actually going to just do Electric Plus instead to replace it. Until we can find something else to do. And then Choke's EXP up will be upgraded from 4 to 5. At least that's what I want to do. It's not quite as powerful as the 50% on everyone else, but it's okay. And then that's about it. And yes, in case you're wondering, I'm being extremely effective by doing this because it's actually much more better to start just not grind once you hit level 99. At least I heard in some other RPGs. At least when you're doing 100%, if you try to do all the storyline, you'll probably just get level 99 naturally from doing some of the quests. So since there were still some quests left, I've decided not to grind all the way to 99 because it'd take a long time. By the way, you're gonna be hearing this for a while because in this particular spot, swimming is slower than just jumping, so we are gonna do this for a little bit. Don't mind Melia, she just needs to do some exercise. That's what we all need in this world, you know. So Melia's just doing her water jumps, just like you would do to exercise. Not sure if everyone would probably exercise this way, but don't mind me. And this is the difference between it. I guess it actually just depends on... Okay, yeah. I will say there's not one character that's weak in this game. They all have their own uses for different reasons. Like, Ryan is the good safety character for the beginning of the game because he has a lot of health and is very hard to kill, so he's a good tank. Melia is the glass cannon. She does lots of damage but can die rather quickly if you're not careful. And then Shala is the healer class, which is also one of the better characters in the game. Ricky is kind of mixed weak. He's not quite as strong as the other characters, but the reason why I started using him a lot is because he's one of the characters that can actually steal items and experience. So he's really helpful when dealing with both collection quest and with trying to farm up, because we need lots of stuff, as you can see. Also, we haven't really gotten to explore RFC much. The last time we did this, we weren't able to really go through much, and it's a good reason, too, because, as you can see, this area changed quite a bit. Instead of having random monsters in the area like there were at the level 50 range, there are now a bunch of Telephia instead, which is kind of interesting. So pretty much the entire area has changed to having Telephia in the area instead, which is kind of interesting. And I like it. It's still pretty good. There was a quest here on the ether plant at nighttime, so I'm going to pick it up because I really need this. That one, actually 2 quests. Still hidden quests around here, though now that we've hit level 99, more quests are probably showing up. Have you seen a boy called Talion anywhere? I'm really worried. No one I ask knows where he is. I've been asking people until our communications went down. He's just a little boy. I can't stop worrying about him. He must be still in Alchemoth. So I could go there. Little boy gone missing. That really bad. We have to find him quick. Exactly. He hasn't been eating for a while now. Okay. Well then. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and watch this. We haven't been able to do many heart-to-hearts because our characters have never been strong enough to do it. So we'll go ahead and do that. A gift for a loved one. I probably should have been doing this more, so I'm probably gonna start doing this. Dunban, you look happy. I know, you're getting married. And to whom exactly? Alright, that was just a wild guess. What's that? Fiora gave me the most remarkable present. Oh, is that what in your hand? It is indeed. It's a rare insect found only on Colony 9. Take a closer look if you like. And not to worry, sorry I asked. So you're telling me Fiora doesn't mind them at all? Actually, she likes them just as much as she do. Let's put her in a pocket as a present and she went berserk. Them Van. Who's last here? No one likes bugs in her clothes. Realized that the hard way. Things were more innocent then. Takes you back, you know. Hey, doesn't Ryan like bugs? I think he likes most fades. He's a bit of an owl or two. Melia is as well, actually. She is. How surprising. I'd like to know more about her taste. What, fruit. She ate fruit? No, she definitely does like fruit. She told me so herself. You might be like me. I don't really like sweet things at all, Melly. That's a shame. I love fruit. Everyone's different, I guess. It's good to learn these things about each other, right? It is. Thanks, Dunvan. I think I might give Ryan a fruit as a present. You think he'd like it? So that's who you wanted to find out about? Well, it likes basically everything, so you can't go wrong. Okay. So, yeah. In case you're wondering, all of those locations in the game are blocked by whether or not your friendship is high enough or not, and it's very difficult to grind. In fact, I just found out there is one special way you can grind it. There's actually a unique monster you can respawn over and over again that will constantly put your party to sleep, and you could just forcibly put your party to sleep and keep on waking them up, and with a specific buff on, you can get a lot of friendship from it, to a point where it'll pretty much take you all the way to rank. And the way it works, in every 2 fights I think you can max a friendship. That's how fast it is. It's either that or head around the world and collect random items and then give them to a character as a gift, which can technically be faster if you know how you're farming, because then you can trade for the good items. Melia, listen, I finally finished deciphering the book. That is wonderful news. It's all thanks to Nephron and Rufrov's machine. I wish I could have shared this joy with them. I understand how you feel. What does this book say? To gain the War God's strength, go to the Church of Way. There you must demonstrate your power. Interesting. Is it referring to Valak Mountain? Correct. Means the true War God statue may be at Valak Mountain. I believe it's stating that the statue is at Lala's church. Can you help me? Can you go into Valak Mountain to investigate the War God statue? No, I would do anything for Neroth and Rufan, but I'm really about what happened the other day. I understand how I feel. Leave it to me. Even if my friends are unwilling, I'll do what I can to help. You know what? We are gonna do that. To the Valak Mountain we go, which is gonna be at what's the top area again? Yeah, it's one of the secret zones. Dog Pete. Howard Pete's free stage summit is where I need to go. I have to switch back to my main party again. Gotta make sure I have spike defense on anyone before taking on any guy with a spike attack, just because I know how much damage they'll do otherwise. We're gonna take out some of these slow balls. Owls and see what happens. Unfortunately, we can't do the entire fight without doing some of the other stuff. Okay, they're actually not as strong as I thought, which is good. They are supposedly going down rather quickly. Oh, he is blocking a lot, though. I can feel the power! Yes. Now Shulk is also hit max level, and, ooh. Oh, I think I just found the super boss. So, this guy right here, he's the super boss of this game, 120. We cannot go any higher than 190. So that means, as funny as it is, we actually need to kill him after all, for a quest. So that's going to be done in a separate video, because obviously we can't just kill him now. So instead, I'll kill the minion around him instead. So, I think I mentioned in the last video of there being a super boss that is at level 120 that is a unique monster you have to kill. That is that guy. That is the guy. It's called the Avalanche Initiatory, and he can be fought on anything no more than 120. Knowing the game, it's probably going to destroy me, but here's one thing I do know about him. Here's one thing I do know about this guy. One, we know that we can probably block a lot of his skills by doing spike defense. In fact, if we were to put 2 spike defenses on everyone, the spike would literally not even do a single hit point of damage. Or similarly, if it was debuff resist, it's gonna be a little bit crazy. For fun, we're going to fight it a little bit, but I'm not going to actually fight it for good, because I want to see what he does. Let's see. Interesting. It's not a spike that I was expecting. Alright. So as you might have guessed, that is a 120 character, and we cannot get any higher than that. So the only way we can power up good to defeat that is to get some of the best maxed crystals in the game. Apparently that is also linked to a quest though, so I guess we will be defeating him after all. And yes, that is the strongest enemy in the game, and this is of course Final Fantasy's equivalent, Xenoblade Chronicles equivalent of Final Fantasy's other one, super boss, Yzmat. So, of course, he's level 120 and is automatically a red monster. We cannot make him any weaker unless we cheat. But, let's be honest, man. I'm not going to cheat that. That would be silly. Okay, well, we're not done yet. We still have some other things to do. Now that I know that that boss is required, I'm gonna actually probably have to look at strategies for this, because as silly as it is, I'm probably never going to defeat him blind. At least I know now that his aura doesn't seem to be a spike damage aura. I initially thought it was, but I think it's one of those tension reducing auras instead. In that case, it's going to be actually more brutal, because we'll have to start with some Tensen upgrades to make it work. So, yeah, that's going to be not helpful. We're going to try and get our friendship ups as much as we can. 2 of these are actually part of our combo party, which is nice. It saves. Dun dun, Ricky not like here. Ricky get bitter inside and outside. Yes, it's bitterly cold. Ricky means something different. Well, what then? Tell me. Ricky's instinct, tell him. I always wait for a little bit, because I'll have to figure out. Ghosts come out and fight Ricky. Hereupon compel you away. Who exactly are you wanting at, Rickley? Dun dun. I must leave now. Not safe here. I do sense something strange in the air. It's not right sound. Maybe you are onto something. Okay. So, apparently this place gives Ricky, worries Ricky because he thinks there's a ghost here, which is kind of interesting. Ricky, no ghosts are here. Ricky, you want to go home now? 'Cause Ricky, there's nothing here. The ghosts are all on your mind. Okay, now the final one in the High Antia tomb. Knowing the actual tomb, it's probably gonna be either on basement 1 or basement 2. We'll start in basement 1 and make our way to basement 2 from there and see what happens. And yes, in case I didn't already show you, the dragon in that area is the super boss of this game. Because of that, his damage is probably toned down, but that doesn't necessarily mean we can't take him out since he's crazy. We'll probably need some accuracy move. I'm just gonna take a wild guess, but I assume we need some accuracy moves to even hit him at first, otherwise he'll just kill us straight away. Second, we'll need some other bonuses to get some other stuff, and more importantly, I believe we need to... Okay. So we scoured the world to look for the several items that were important, and now we finally found all of them. We can go back to the area that we wanted to be at again. I will say, if the fight is going to be a long one, my prediction is that at least Shara's probably going to be required to be in the party. And because of the way the Feint has worked, if physical attacks do nothing, that means we may have to try and win without Shulk. But my best guess is Shulk can actually potentially be used in the party, it just depends. My prediction is where I actually have to use an Ether team for that, which is good because I have been setting up a little bit, but I'm obviously not going to go for that right now because I'm never going to take that out unless I get rank 6 gems. Also, I'm silly. So instead, we're going to focus on the main thing that we came for, and that was to finish off Colony 6's bonus thing. By the way, that boss that us can also drop one of the demonic Everflames at only a 40% rate, I found out. So you can potentially get some stuff using that, but beyond that, it's really bad. And from the looks of it, we have to actually go to Alchemoth to turn this quest in, so... If no Telethia appears, we're not going to do anything. If a Telethia does appear, we're going to probably use a Amelia and Ricky combo, because knowing the Telethia, it'll be better to use them. Again, the second character doesn't really matter for Ether damage. Well, one thing's for sure, I'm glad we're level 99 before doing some of these quests, because these could have very well been really hard to do otherwise. And I can see why some of the Alchemoth quests were now timed, because obviously I know that they were all gonna suddenly be turned into Telethia, which means most of the quest evers would have vanished by then. That's a good reason to have time quest, I guess. And those happen, by the way, after doing the core events, which is why we didn't want to do the core events immediately. Which also brings a note to self: if I do a 100% run, I should always do all quests in a given zone at a specific point before I do anything else. Oh, here's the child. Vero asked you to come looking for me. She's waiting by the ether plant, the area FC. Thank you, I'll go to her. Okay. Considering Alchemov's given state, I'm surprised that boy was able to avoid all of the Telephia and not turn himself. This meaning he's probably another half-breed similar to that of Melia. Which also means we know the exact reason now why everyone wanted to stop the ether plant stuff or some of the other stuff.
I fear I approach my limit. Sorry, it's my fault. Thanks.
Laos manager Shaylin used to be my classmate. She always got good grades, always at the top of the task. So I thought she'd end up working at the Imperial Palace. But she volunteered to manage the lighthouse instead, maybe because she likes the sea so much. Oh. Oh, wait, that wasn't a quest. No, that's fine, because I need to save anyway. So with that done, we are done with this part of the game, guys. Leave a like if you enjoy, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue doing bonus quests. And then when we are unable to do any more, we will try to finally finish off Colony 6's thing once and for all. I actually do have a guide set up for that, so I will be using that to make it go a little bit faster, so I can hopefully finish the entirety of Colony 6's reconstruction in one video. Beyond that, though, leave a like if you enjoy, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.